Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I want to go in a little bit different direction. Timothy Parlatore served as your private attorney, correct?
Correct.
And Mr. Parlatore also served as private attorney for President Trump's campaign, correct?
I'm not privy to every professional position that he's held.
Well, I'll help you out. He did. And you appointed Mr. Parlatore as your senior advisor, correct?
He does reserve duty on behalf of the Navy.
His title is senior advisor. You gave him that title, correct?
And I would count him as very much an advisor of mine.
Yep. He travels with you, correct?
Tim Parlatore has been a long-term friend. He's a great patriot.
He travels with you. That's not what I asked. I reclaim my time. He travels with you, doesn't he? He travels with you, doesn't he? Correct? There's public Instagram that shows this. Just say yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay. He sits in meetings with you and advises you, doesn't he?
He sits in some meetings on occasion.
Yeah, well, he maintains a desk in an office in the Pentagon, does he not?
I'd have to check.
You don't know?
It's a big Pentagon.
You directly commissioned Mr. Parlatore in the Naval Reserve as a Navy commander in March 2025, did you not?
I was very proud to do so.
And when you did, because he's a Navy Reserve officer, he didn't have to go through the PPO process, the White House Presidential Personnel Office, right? He wasn't vetted by a White House PPO.
Uniformed service members don't get vetted by.
The answer is yes. He didn't have to be vetted by a White House PPO. He didn't go through the Senate confirmation process either, did he? The answer is no.
I don't know what you're getting to, but Tim is a fantastic.
I'll tell you what I'm getting to. The answer is no, right?
He does great work.
Okay. He didn't maintain a security clearance when you appointed him as special advisor. Is that right?
I'd have to check.
You don't know?
I mean, anybody that has access to sensitive material is going to have the appropriate clearance.
Okay, so when you appointed him as special advisor, he had a security clearance?
You're trying to piece together a time.
No, I'm asking a simple question. One of your special, most sensitive advisors, did he have a security clearance?
No, you're playing a gotcha game like you do on TV and everywhere else. You're trying to thread together details that are connected about something else.
Clearly, you're concerned about my line of questioning, aren't you, Mr. Secretary? Because you know where it's going, don't you? I think you do. So, does Mr. Parlatore represent foreign governments? He has a private law practice, does he not?
From what I understand of his law practice, he does a lot of great work for service members in the military and other.
He maintains a private law practice. Does he represent foreign governments or foreign persons in that private law practice?
I don't know.
You don't know. Somebody who's sitting in your meetings, a special advisor, you don't know. Does he represent any senior officers who are currently under consideration for promotion by you or your office?
The only person that makes determinations about senior officers is me.
Answer the question. Does he represent senior officers who are under consideration for promotion by you?
No, I'm the one that makes decisions about choosing.
Does he represent them, Mr. Secretary? Does he represent them?
He doesn't represent anyone. He's a legal advisor and always has been.
But he has clients, does he not?
He's a legal advisor to me on reserve duty, and he always has been, and he does a fantastic job.
Is it true that Mr. Parlatore was removed? I reclaim my time. Is it true that Mr. Parlatore was removed from an investigation by the White House last year?
I don't know what you're referring to, but not that I'm aware of.
You're not aware of it. Was it true that you were also removed from that same investigation? The answer is yes.
No, not that I'm aware of.
You're not aware of it. That's interesting. Well, is it true that Mr. Parlatore disparaged President Trump?
I don't know what you're referring to, but no.
Is it true that...
Going nowhere.
Well, it's going somewhere, which is why you're not answering the question. Was it true that he was accused of lying by the president's legal team?
I'm not familiar to... You'd have to give me the context. Well,
it's right here. You want to look at the statement from President Trump's legal team?
Anybody could blow up a quote and claim it says something, and that's what you're doing in a little stunt.
Secretary Hegseth, what I'm really concerned about is you purport to have unfaltering loyalty to President Trump, and yet you are continuously going...
Oh, you care a lot about President Trump, don't you?
You are going behind his back.
A huge waste of your 5 minutes.
A huge
waste of your 5 minutes that led nowhere.
I reclaim my time. You are repeatedly going behind the president's back.
Gentleman from Colorado's time. Go ahead, Mr. Carl.
You are repeatedly going behind President Trump's back, appointing people who he has accused of lying, who the White House is accused of lying.
Gentleman's time's expired.
And you are not being honest with
President Trump. Gentlelady from South Carolina, Ms. Mace.
Watch what just happened in that hearing room, because that exchange was not a political attack. It was a blueprint, a step-by-step construction of a specific argument built from public records, confirmed facts, and one man's repeated admission that he does not know the answers to basic questions about someone he trusts with access to some of the most sensitive decisions in the United States government. Representative Jason Crow did not raise his voice. He did not accuse Hegseth of wrongdoing directly. He did something more precise than that. He asked questions he already knew the answers to, one after another, in sequence, closing every exit before Hegseth could reach it. That is not a political tactic. That is a prosecutorial technique. First, he established the relationship. Parlatore was Hegseth's private attorney. He was also Trump's campaign attorney. He is now Hegseth's senior advisor. He travels with Hegseth. He sits in meetings with Hegseth. He maintains a desk and an office inside the Pentagon. 5 facts, 5 confirmations, each one placing Parlatore closer to the center of power. Second, he established the absence of oversight. Parlatore was commissioned as a Navy Reserve commander in March 2025. That commissioning bypassed the White House Presidential Personnel Office. He was not vetted. He did not go through Senate confirmation. He entered one of the most sensitive positions in the American government through a side door that Crow had just described in precise legal detail. Pay close attention to what comes next, because the third step is where this stops being about one man's career history and starts being about national security. Third, he asked the question that Hegseth could not answer. Does Parlatore represent foreign governments in his private law practice? 4 words. Does he or doesn't he? Hegseth's answer was 3 words. I don't know. Now we are at the 3-minute mark, and this is the piece that every headline missed. Drop 1 word in the comments right now. Loyalty or liability. Because that is exactly the choice Crow was forcing Hegseth to make in that hearing room. Keep watching. Because what comes next is why this exchange matters far beyond one advisor and one Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense of the United States does not know whether his most trusted personal advisor represents foreign governments. That is not a minor gap in knowledge. The Pentagon is the headquarters of the most powerful military on Earth. It processes intelligence briefings that determine when and where American forces move. It holds the details of weapon systems, alliances, and operational planning that adversaries spend billions of dollars trying to obtain. And the man who sits in meetings at that building, who travels with the secretary, who maintains an office inside those walls, may or may not be simultaneously representing foreign governments or foreign persons in his private legal practice. And the Secretary of Defense does not know. Crow did not stop there. He asked whether Parlatore represented senior military officers who were currently under consideration for promotion by Hegseth's office. If a lawyer represents both the person making promotion decisions and the officers being considered for promotion, that is a textbook conflict of interest. It is the kind of arrangement that in a normal oversight environment would require immediate disclosure and recusal. Hegseth's answer was to talk over the question 3 times before Crow reclaimed his time. 3 times. The same question. 3 non-answers. And then Crow introduced the piece that changed the tone of everything that had come before it. He asked whether Parlatore had been removed from an investigation by the White House last year. Hegseth said he was not aware of it. Crow asked whether Hegseth himself had been removed from that same investigation. Hegseth said he was not aware of that either. Then Crow asked whether Parlatore had been accused of lying by President Trump's own legal team. Hegseth said he was not familiar with that either. Not aware, not familiar. I'd have to check. These are not the answers of a man who is hiding something specific. They may be, but they are also the answers of a man who has placed enormous trust in a person he has not fully examined, who has given that person access to the most sensitive environments in the American government without requiring the oversight mechanisms that exist precisely to prevent conflicts of interest, foreign influence, and undisclosed loyalties from reaching those environments. The accusation Crow made at the end was direct. You are repeatedly going behind the president's back. appointing people the White House has accused of lying, not being honest with President Trump. That accusation has a specific implication. It suggests that Hegseth's loyalty, which he describes as unfaltering, has in practice been channeled through a personal relationship that bypasses the institutional structures designed to protect the president and the country from exactly this kind of arrangement. Hegseth called it a cute waste of 5 minutes. He said it led nowhere, but the record does not agree. The record shows that a man with no vetting, no confirmation, and unknown legal clients sits inside the Pentagon with office access, travel privileges, and advisory influence over the Secretary of Defense. And the Secretary of Defense, when asked the most basic questions about that man, said repeatedly that he would have to check. Now step back entirely, because this hearing was not the first time these questions have been asked about Pete Hegseth. He was confirmed by the Senate with the narrowest possible margin. The vote required the vice president to break a tie. That margin existed because several senators had concerns about his qualifications, his conduct, and the people surrounding him. Those concerns did not disappear when the vote was cast. They moved into the oversight process, into hearings, into questions from members of Congress who are constitutionally required to ask them. What Crow demonstrated in those 5 minutes is that the concerns were specific and documented, not rumor, not partisan attack. Documented. A specific person, a specific appointment, a specific set of missing safeguards, and a specific set of questions the Secretary of Defense could not answer about his own inner circle. The man Hegseth calls a long-term friend and a great patriot may be exactly that. But friendship and patriotism are not substitutes for vetting. They are not substitutes for disclosure. They are not substitutes for the basic accountability structures that exist to ensure that the people with access to American military power are serving American interests, and only American interests. Crow asked Hegseth to deny it, to look at the committee and say clearly that Parlatore represents no foreign governments, no officers under consideration for promotion, and has no undisclosed conflicts. Hegseth did not say that. He said he did not know. That answer is still in the congressional record, and the questions it leaves open are still unanswered. If this breakdown helped you understand what actually happened in that hearing room, hit the like button right now. Share this with someone who needs to understand how congressional oversight actually works. Subscribe and turn on notifications because the next breakdown is already coming. And drop one word in the comments: loyalty or liability. Because that word is the case.